Miles across the sea, Santa Catalina is waiting for me.
After months of preparation by our awesome scout leaders and parents, June 17th, 2012 finally arrived. After a quick sacrament meeting, we loaded our duffel bags into waiting cars and said our goodbyes. And with our last home-cooked meal in our bellies, we were off to Camp Cherry Valley.
Seems so distant, 26 miles away, resting in the water serene. I'd work for anyone, even the Navy, who would float me to my island dream. 26 miles so near yet far, I'd swim with just some water wings and my guitar. I could leave the wings, but I'll leave the guitar.
Camp Cherry Valley is located north of Avalon, 13 miles by kayak, or 18 miles by dirt road. The boat dropped us off at a place called Two Harbors, where you can actually see two harbors and both sides of the island at the same time. Then we hiked about 2 miles to get to Cherry Valley. Our duffel bags were loaded on a truck and delivered to the camp. Once in camp, we stowed our gear, chose our tents, and prepared for the week ahead. It is called Cherry Valley due to all the cherry trees in camp. We were told that the cherries that were produced by this certain type of cherry tree were not edible. Well, maybe. The island rats seemed to enjoy them. The camp layout consisted of tents on the west end of the valley and merit badge, dining, and water activities on the eastern end. After Sunday night dinner, we decided we are going to let the spiders sleep in our cozy tents and us under the cherry trees. Our leaders slept in the tents. I guess they like spiders.
Good morning, 2491! Good morning, Justin!
Monday morning came and it was time for a camp inspection by Justin, our camp inspector.
Cleanliness of the tent.
We were inspected and graded on a lot of things, but we focused on cleanliness, brotherhood, and no bathroom breaks out the back of our tents in the middle of the night.
Cleanliness of the tent. Louder!
We were also taught how to alert the camp in the event of a fire.
Sailing, sailing, over the mountain main.
After the camp staff sang us one more tune, our first order of business was a swim test. Everyone took part in the 60-degree water. The object was to swim 100 yards with alternating strokes every 25 yards while trying not to form into a human ice cube. After thawing out and a warm lunch, we started our first merit badge session. Here is a rundown of the merit badges offered at Camp Cherry Valley. the swim merit badge was to learn a life-saving skill. So what do you do if you're in dangerous waters without a personal flotation device? Well, use your head and float your pants. In order to pass the rifle shooting merit badge, the object was to have all our ammo land on the same place on the target that was no bigger than a quarter. I don't know. I think I just needed a bigger caliber bullet. Tuesday night was Troop Friend Night. They promised us warm peach and cherry cobbler if we helped them clean out the canoes as part of the Torkua Service Project. During free time, the adult and troop leaders enjoyed kayaking, paddleboarding, and catamaran rides.
I see another hurdle approaching. Say we can, say we will. Not just another drop in the ocean.
Camp Cherry Valley even has its own silver mine that we got to explore. The mine has lots of history behind it, including 2 feeding silver miners who perished, one in the mine and one at Lion's Head Peak. Wednesday was High Adventure Day. This is an event where we got to participate together as a troop. The first choice was a 5-mile hike up to Goat Whiskers Peak, then onto Emerald Bay for lunch. Then a 2 to 3 mile canoe or kayak ride back to camp. The second choice was a 16-mile hike on the Catalina Trail that had views of the windward side of the island. Camden was the only scout to brave the 16-mile hike along with Assistant Scoutmaster Brother Ray Dobbs. They both completed the hike before dinner that night. The rest of the troop opted for Goat Whiskers Peak. After a great high adventure day, we were all ready for dinner.
Flesh picked off the dead ones.
Like Latin or two.
Oh, in case you moms were wondering what we ate at camp, here's a little sample.
Meat.
Put us in a mood
Glorious food, marvelous food, fabulous food, beautiful food.
magical food.
We also discovered we weren't the only hungry animals on the island. It turns out there were others lurking about seeking sustenance. Catalina Island kit foxes were everywhere, especially at night. We were required to hang high in our tents any food we had laying out. The kit foxes were mostly seen at night. They are about the size of a large house cat. Kaibo duty, if you'll pardon the pun, was a friendly word for clean the toilet. The word Kaibo came from the brand name Can that held a chemical to keep odors to a minimum in the early days of toiletry. Now we just refer to it as keep your bowels open. During our week at camp, we also had our share of scrapes and bumps. Dr. Dobbs was there to patch us up. Our troop also presented the colors. For one day, the flag of Troop 491 flew high on Catalina Island. The highlight on Thursday was the Highland Relay. We competed against the other troops in the camp for the best time in different events like the human rope and the balance beam. One event required the setup and takedown of a tent in 5 minutes or less. Troop 491 placed first in the Highland Relay, beating all the other troops.
Good morning, Troop 491! What happened here?
Getting back to our morning camp inspections, we were getting high scores but never being able to get a perfect 100 score. We decided that we are going to get the highest score you can achieve for brotherhood. We succeeded. We think we scared Justin though. We never saw him again for the rest of the day. Friday concluded the merit badge sessions and ended with the Tribe of Torkua ceremony and closing campfire. Camp Cherry Valley on Catalina Island was an awesome experience. We completed over 70 merit badges.
Mighty, mighty scout camp.
We learned to work together as a team and understood the importance of safety. We experienced cool places and saw familiar faces. But most importantly, we learned what it meant to do our duty to God, our duty to our country, and our duty to ourselves.
Troop 491! Camp Cherry Valley 20!